I shot the white on this blazer with the Iwata Kiwami 4, but I would have shot it with the VEVOR R500 had it not been over at Bondo O'Brien's shop. He was shooting primer with it with 1.8 tip, but this is a clone of the Iwata Bellaria, which is the predecessor of the Kiwami. They're pretty much the same gun. So it's a LVLP, and as far as I've tested on any gun, it's the lowest CFM requirement of any gun that I've ever seen. So this will run on a 4 or 5 CFM compressor. So if you have a 2 horsepower compressor, you can paint whatever you want non-stop. You don't have to wait for the air to build up. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but I used R500 different brand that I have. I have another 2 just like this. They're a different brand, but I shot a Ford 9000 tractor, like a semi-trailer pulling tractor, no sleeper cab, just a regular cab, but I shot it with the R500 gun and 2 1 horsepower pancake compressors, and I never stopped. I didn't have to let it build up or anything. Those 2 6-gallon 1 horsepower pancake compressors were enough to keep this gun in its CFM range the entire time. I painted the whole giant tilt-up hood and the big cab and all of that non-stop. Didn't have to wait for anything other than get down and refill it with paint. So this gun is perfect for a DIY guy who has a small compressor, because it won't overtax your compressor. You won't have to stop in the middle of your paint job to wait for your air pressure to build up, which is a total pain if you've ever painted a car and had your pressure dropping off while you're painting, and your paint gets more and more orange peely as you're trying to paint. That won't happen. The first thing I'm going to do here is spray sealer, and I don't have any white sealer. I've got black sealer, which is irrelevant that I'm painting it white. I'm going to put enough coats of white on it that it's going to be white, so it doesn't matter that the sealer is black. It's going to be like painting over a new sheet metal part that's just scuffed with Scotch-Brite or something like that, so no big deal. Just put on enough coats to cover. Now, some brands of white don't cover worth a dang, so I don't have that problem this time. This covers very well, the white. Now I'm just laying on a smooth coat. I'm not putting it on excessively wet, but I'm not putting it on dry. It's hot today. It's approaching 100 degrees. Probably at this point in the day it was probably 95. So I'm spraying it fairly slow compared to what I normally would on a normal day. I would spray it a little faster, but I want it to be smooth, so I'm spraying it fairly slow. Now the sealer has some DTM properties, so that's why you want to seal something that you have sanded through spots, because the sealer actually adheres to the metal, whereas the base coat won't. The base coat I'm using here is Capsy, or Capkey, or I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's from Egypt, and it's actually a pretty good base coat. It covers good and seems to be stable, where it doesn't blow up your undercoats and old paint and stuff like that. So I like it all right. I don't know about its longevity, but it seems to be of decent quality. Here I've sprayed the base coat wet, but not soaking wet. I mean, it's wet enough to be a little bit shiny, but it's not, doesn't look like it's been clear coated already. So that's as wet as I ever want to spray base coat, because the wetter you spray base coat, the more likely you are to get fish eyes in it. Now I'm turning my pressure up to RP pressure so the clear will lay down a little better. Spraying it pretty slow because it's about 97 degrees now. And there comes a point when you probably should just wait and spray a job in the morning if at all possible, because you reach 100 degrees and you're reaching out over a hood or something, you're going to be dripping sweat, and it's a bad scenario. So I recommend, if it's going to be super hot, to postpone spraying the paint job until morning when it's a little cooler, so you don't ruin your paint job with sweat drips. That goes with the paint suit too. It drips out the sleeves of your paint suit when you're wearing one. You sweat even more with the paint suit on. And you can tell here that I'm covered in sweat. Luckily I didn't drip over the hood, so I'm happy about that. I hate having sweat drips in my paint jobs. Now, here's what the clear looks like all sprayed on there. It's got a good shine on it and good reflection. So everything turned out just so. I am happy with the finish, and I will be prepping for the brown pearl. That it was brown and white originally, but we've picked out a more modern brown pearl. Should make it pop pretty good. Now I'm painting in a dirty shop, and I once again didn't get much dirt. Now, before the clear coat hardens up, I'm pulling off my border tape so that it doesn't pull clear off. By being dry, it'll pull clear right off your base coat, and it doesn't matter whether you're using the most expensive base coat there is. If you have the tape on there and you let it dry, then you got a good chance of pulling clear off your base coat. So listen to Billy and have a border tape on there that you can pull off if you've got paint stopping like this two-tone. And the reason I cleared this is because white is just too risky. I mean, you get smudges on it and stuff like that, and then you're there's nothing you can do. You have to repaint it. So I spray white and I spray clear on it immediately. Other colors I wouldn't have had to mask it even. I just blow the color where it's supposed to go on the two-tone, then cover it up, spray the other color. But that's just too risky with white, so I didn't do it that way this time. Anyway, on Amazon, this is the VEVOR 3-in-1 LVLP spray gun kit. The link is in the description. So get one, and please touch my like thingy and share my shizzle and subscribe, damn it!